So Friday is day 4 at the Cheltenham Festival, Gold Cup day, the last day of the festival. We've had a few winners so far and hopefully we can end it with a few more. The day starts at 1:30 with the Triumph Hurdle, which is the big race for the 4-year-olds at the festival. And we've got an Irish banker, an Irish hot pot here. It's even money favourite for Sir Erec. He's been very impressive this season since coming over from the flat. He was rated 109 on the flat. And his 2 wins from 2 over hurdles. I think he'll have a bit too much pace for some of these. He's probably had quite easy so far. The previous race, he sort of got a very easy lead, and the pace wasn't really there, and he just took off. The pace will be there this time, but as I said, I just think he's probably a bit too classy for the rest of them. Even money's probably a bit too short, but I can't really find anything to oppose him with. Okay, the 2:10, the county hurdles, the second race of the day. I've picked out Capitaine for this. Capitaine, he's 14-1. He's trained by Paul Nicholls, who's in pretty good form. He's already had a couple of winners at the festival. He's won this race 4 times in the last 15 years, so he knows how to get a winner in a handicap like this. 9 of the last 10 winners have been rated between 134 and 139, so a lot of the time it's skill to get them there at the right end of the handicap. The horse Capitaine was rated as high as 145 as a novice, so he's 8 years old now. He's had a couple of bad seasons, he's dropped a little bit down the handicap, but most importantly he's had a wind operation. He won first time out of his wind operation. This is his second run. He's off a mark of 137, which, as I said, is a little bit lower than what he's been running off previously. If he can recapture his old form, hopefully the wind operation, as I said, will help. He should have plenty in hand. 14-1 looks a cracking each way price for Capitaine for Paul Nicholls. 250, it's the Albert Bartlett novice hurdle. It's over 3 miles. It's a bit of a slog. It's a race that can throw up a few shocks, a few surprises. I backed the winner in this last year at 33-1. I've picked another 33-1 shot out. Rockpoint. He's trained by Tizzard, who won the race last year. Now, if you go back through this horse's form, it really doesn't have any chance of winning. It's had 12 runs and it's only had 1 win. However, that 1 win did come at Cheltenham, it did come over course and distance, and the ground was good to soft. We're going to have quite soft ground, there's been a bit of rain around. The horse obviously likes Cheltenham. A lot of its poor runs have come away from Cheltenham, they've come over inadequate trips, they've come on good ground. It's been running a lot over 2.5 miles on good ground. I think it needs a bit of juice in the ground. This race, as I said, it can turn into a bit of a slog. You can find classy horses in this race who haven't travelled 3 miles before. They're used to doing 2.5. They step up in trip. They get caught out. They've had 3 or 4 runs over hurdles. They've not got the experience. I like Rockpoint. He's got the experience. He's had 12 runs, as I said. He's only won once. If he can win again tomorrow at 33-1, I'll be a very happy man. So, 3:30, the feature race of the day, the feature race of arguably the National Hunt calendar. It's the Magners Gold Cup. I've picked out the favourite here. I'm very sorry, but I think presenting Percy is a good thing. He's 4-1. I think he should be shorter than that. He's won the past 2 festivals. 2017 he won the Pertemps Hurdle. Last year he won the RSA. He just absolutely tanked through that race. He just cruised through. He was never put under any pressure until the last fence. Even coming around the home bend, you could tell he was winning from a long way out. He put them all to bed, to be honest with you. As I said, he cruises through the races. He jumps well. He travels. He stays. A little bit of juice in the ground won't hurt. There's a lot of people been knocking his prep because he's only had 1 run this year, and that was over hurdles. But to be honest, he comes from a small stable. If you only have a few horses and you're going up against the likes of Elliott and Mullins week in, week out, you'd probably be a bit more conservative with your horses. And also the ground's been quite good in Ireland. You know, you don't want to risk these horses that need good soft ground when it's on the good to firm side. But yeah, presenting Percy for me, I think he's a decent bet. He's 4-1. I can't really have Native River winning back-to-back Gold Cups. Clanders Obald, I don't think really stays. I don't think he likes Cheltenham. You're then going down into a few of the Willie Mullins horses, which I don't think. Again, you could say a few of them don't really stay the trip. A few of them don't like Cheltenham. One I would mention at a decent price, Elegant Escape, 20-1 for Colin Tizzard, won the Welsh National as an outsider, as an each-way punt. I think 20-1 for him. If the rain comes, if it's heavy, he might just slog it out. But presenting Percy is my main bet at 4-1. Okay, 4:10. It's the Fox Hunters Chase. It's the amateur Gold Cup, as it were. But I've picked out Ucello Conte for this, and he's definitely not an amateur. He's running the past 3 Grand Nationals. He is potentially just a class above the Hunter Chase scene. He's 3 from 3 this season. As I said, it's a drop in a class for him, considering he's ran well in the past 3 Grand Nationals. He went off 16-1, 10 months ago. Gordon Elliott trains him. Jamie Codd's booked to ride, probably the best amateur round. I've said it before in his videos, but if you're looking for a good amateur, Jamie Codd and Derek O'Connor really, really clean up in these sort of races. But Jamie Codd's on board. He's 5-1. He's second favourite. He is 11, which I normally think's a bit old, but the last 4 winners have all been over 10, so maybe experience counts for something here. Ucello Conte, 5-1. The penultimate race of the Friday is the Johnny Henderson Grand Annual, and I'm hoping for a back-to-back winner here, which you don't normally find in handicaps, but I've gone for Prezien. He's 11-1. Now the McManus colours have been flying in all week, and Barry Geraghty's booked the ride. He's had a couple of winners on Thursday. Hopefully he can follow up with this. 7 of the last 8 winners were rated 140 or above, so it's generally the better quality horses that win this. As I said, the reason most horses don't win back-to-back handicaps is because their marks go up considerably. This horse mark went up, he's come back down a little bit because he's had a poor season, which isn't a bad thing because this is probably his main target for the year. He's £1 higher now than he was last year. If he can produce the same piece of form he did last year, he should be there or thereabouts. I think 11-1 is a cracking each way price. The final race of the day is 5:30. I've picked out Dallas Depictons, 7-2. He is the favourite, but this is the Martin Pipe handicap, and Gordon Elliott loves to win this. He used to work for Martin Pipe, so it means quite a lot to him really when you think about it. He's won the last 2 races, last 2 renewals of this, and he's bidding for a hat-trick. It normally goes to young, up-and-coming, young improving horses, and I think Dallas Depicton fits that profile. He's making his handicap debut here. I think he's probably much better than this mark suggests, especially when you look at a piece of his form. He's won his last 2, but going back 3 starts ago, he finished 2 lengths behind City Island. Now, City Island absolutely bolted up in the Ballymore on Wednesday. If he can get close to the level that City Island ran at, he will be taking the world of beating here. The last 7 winners were all rated 155 or higher. Again, that's not a problem here. Dallas Depicton 7-2, a little bit short in quite a wide open race, but I think the cream rises to the crop, particularly in this sort of field. And yeah, Gordon Elliott is a master with this type of horse. Okay, so that wraps it up for day 4. That wraps up the festival. I hope you've all had a profitable week, and I hope you've enjoyed the racing.